what will be your wonderful conference.
Thank you, Ms. Michelle, for well, welcome all to come to the Tokyo Conference on Arts and Governance. And I am pleased to have all of you to come here, and I'm looking forward to have the 3-day conference that is today. And I'd like to thank you all once again to come to Tokyo on behalf of all the supporters of this conference. Those logos are put on the slide here. And well, let me introduce how the conference is organized. Well, before coming here, I think you expect many different things to Tokyo, starting from sumo or very busy rush hour. Some of you may have already encountered this morning. We have nice food. We have very different kind of culture from Western culture. But I'm hoping that after this conference, your experience through Tokyo, your image of Tokyo will be changed, and changed into the place where you discuss about complex architecture and multiple agents, which are the main themes of this conference. In this conference, we have 6 large themes, and I'd like to introduce you each of them just briefly. Conference theme 1 is Arts and Governance Architecture in the 21st Century. There was a Rio Plus 20 conference, as you may all know, last year, and one of the main themes was the institutional framework for sustainable development. And many things were discussed there, but many issues remain unsolved. And there remain many intellectual challenges, including architecture for post-2015 development goals and sustainable development goals. So we'd like to discuss these things related to architecture in this conference. Our conference theme 2 is about climate change and energy governance architecture. The end of last year was the end of the first commitment period of the Kyoto Protocol, and it was finished last year. And we are turning into a new phase of climate governance. The Durban platform negotiation is expected to be concluded in 2015, but nobody can also foresee what would be the emerging architecture of energy and climate change. And many different actors are playing many different roles these days. So this is the second conference, large conference that we have at this conference. Our conference theme 3 is the nexus between architecture and the other areas in our system governance. As Frank briefly mentioned about our science plan, there are 5 analytical problems identified in the science plan of the System Governance Project. In addition to architecture and agency, which are the main themes of this conference, there are adaptiveness, accountability, and access and allocation. These 3 areas are also included in our science plan as the outstanding analytical problems. And those problems are interlinked. So although our main focus is on agency and architecture, the nexus between 5 areas needs your consideration. Our conference theme 4 is about the political dynamics in the interface of agency and architecture. The political dynamics in the 21st century is different from that of the 20th century, as we all may know quite well. We have also new technologies and social networks even further changing to political dynamics. Governance has to deal with these new challenges, and this is the 4th conference of this conference. The conference theme 5 is about methodological challenges to complex architectures and multiple agents. One of the outstanding features of the Earth system research is its interdisciplinary character, and we should be innovative in methodology in order to respond to the challenge. yesterday we had a workshop on the methodology task force of our system governance project, and results will be also presented during this conference. In this conference, we have a semi-plenary organized around the methodological issues. And finally, we set up a special conference stream on nuclear safety and post-disaster governance. We faced, as you may all know, so-called triple disaster 2 years ago in 2011. Those triple disasters are earthquake, tsunami, followed by nuclear disaster. And those triple disasters changed the whole picture of this country. Among many problems that have been identified through the triple disaster was a human-made system, and many of them are about governance problems. So we also had to postpone the Tokyo conference because of this unfortunate event held on the 11th of March in 2011. And therefore, we decided to have a special conference stream on this topic. And we are very honored that the chair of former National Diet of Japan Fukushima Nuclear Accident Independent Investigation Commission will be coming to present his views on the final day of the plenary of nuclear governance. In this conference, we have several new special features or new features or special features that have been seen in the series of Arts and Governance conference. One is a writing session in which you may want to interact with different people in the network and develop new research project out of this writing session. We also have a documentary project, and this is a new challenge for us, using new media to present your research results and so on. And of course, science policy interaction and dialogue with practitioners has been always an agenda for us, and we are very also glad that Dr. Ryuta Yatsu, who is the Vice Minister of the government, the Minister of the Environment for the government of Japan, is present here today. Finally, we have a little announcement which was also made yesterday at the reception. We are just starting this conference, but we are also thinking ahead for the closing plenary. And we are calling for nominations for closing plenary. The theme of this closing plenary, of course we have keynote speakers, but as if you have already participated in one of the Health and Governance conferences, you may know that there's a very interesting event towards the end of this conference, which is called Vision Factory. And the themes have been different from conference to conference. And this time, our conference theme, our closing plenary theme is how are you an agent of change in Earth system governance? We encourage you to come up to the podium and to give 1 minute presentation with 1 page of slide. And this time, unlike the former conferences, we'd like to encourage you to nominate by yourself. We invite all participants to sign up this interesting closing plenary. But also, in particular, we encourage young researchers to sign up and talk about this theme on how are you an agent of a system of change in system governance. To be creative, thoughtful, but try to be funny, and good jokes are quite welcome. And we are going to select out 10 people, first come, first served basis. So the information desk on the second floor, we will open the sign-up place. So if you are interested, please sign up over there. This conference is the first conference in the series of Arts and Governance conference to be